Welcome to ATCM, the Emergency Medicine channel. Today we will be discussing about the CMV mode of ventilation. That is the controlled mandatory ventilation or continuous mandatory ventilation. So this type of ventilation is basically used if we are targeting a tidal volume. We want a particular tidal volume. So we will be keeping a tidal volume. Depending on that, the ventilator will be giving whatever pressure is required to attain that tidal volume. So it is actually used in the initial, after immediately intubating the patient, we can use it as an initial setting. And if we want to continue the patient to be in a paralyzed condition, then we will be continuing that mode. Okay, so how will we select this CMV mode? So we will be going to the modes. We will be selecting the CMV mode. Then after that, in the controls, we will be setting the tidal volume, whatever tidal volume we want for that patient, we will be setting that. Then it is having an option for PEEP. Then the FiO2 we can set. Then the respiratory rate, whatever respiratory rate we want, we can set that. And the I:A ratio also can be set. And here we have the flow trigger option. So flow trigger, usually we will be keeping a higher flow trigger because in this mode we want the patient to be sedated and paralyzed, and we don't want the patient to trigger. So ventilator will be taking control of the patient's breath. So we will be keeping a flow trigger as high so that the ventilator sensitivity to sense the patient's efforts will be very less. Okay, so it is basically the ventilator controls both patient's tidal volume and the respiratory rate. So we will be setting a respiratory rate. That respiratory rate will only be given to the patient, and if at all the patient triggers a breath, that will not be supported by the ventilator. So the minute volume and the respiratory, the minute volume, that means the tidal volume and respiratory rate will be fully taken over by the ventilator. Okay, so for this mode, we need to completely sedate and paralyze the patient with sedatives, respiratory depressant and neuromuscular blocking agents. Okay. And the indications of this mode, as I told before, it can be used as initial mode of ventilation after intubating the patient. And if the patient starts bucking or fighting against the tube, and if we want to continue the patient on ventilator, then we will be sedating and paralyzing the patient again, and then we will be continuing this mode of CMV ventilation according to the requirement. And if the patient presents with a tetany or seizures, and if we want to continue this mode, we will be continuing according to the need. Or if it is a patient who requires prolonged intubation or a prolonged ventilator stay, then we will be continuing this mode. Okay, and suppose for 24 to 72 hours we don't want the patient to get out of the ventilator, then we will be continuing this mode. And in cases of any crushed chest injury where we don't want the patient to spontaneously start breathing, or if there is any surgery or anything to be underwent, or if the patient has to undergo an MRI scan or something, then we will be continuing to this mode with sedation and paralysis. So each breath will deliver a mechanical tidal volume, and to attain that tidal volume, ventilator itself will decide whatever pressure is required for that patient. And every breath will be time triggered as we set the respiratory rate, that will be coming according to the time interval we are setting, and it will be giving the tidal volume. And that itself will come as the complication. So the complications of this mode is we will be keeping a set tidal volume, and the ventilator will be giving the pressure to attain that tidal volume. Suppose this patient is very prone for barotrauma or something, and if the pressure requirement is very high, the ventilator will be giving that much pressure to attain the tidal volume, and there is very high risk of barotrauma to this patient. And since we are continuously sedating and paralyzing the patient, if suppose any ventilator disconnection or something happens, then then the patient will be going to apnea, hypoxia, and there is a high risk of cardiac arrest. So we should be very careful. One should always monitor the patient continuously, and there should not be any ventilator disconnection. Then since we are sedating and paralyzing this patient, that itself can affect the patient, that can cause disuse, atrophy of the respiratory muscle and diaphragm muscles, and it can also cause critical illness neuropathy for the patient if we are continuing the sedation and paralysis more than 48 hours or so. So CMV mode is usually kept as an initial mode of ventilation. We will be increasing the trigger. That means we will be sedating and paralyzing the patient. We will be keeping in this mode, and we will be continuing in this mode only if it is required according to the patient requirement. We will be continuing this mode. Then after that, while weaning only, we will be changing from this mode to another step down mode. Okay, that is all about the CMV mode. Thank you.